welcome to Up and Down the Road. In our last video, we were leaving California and heading towards Arizona. We stopped at a truck wash, washed the windshield, and picked up some fuel, etc. Our normal stop. Then we head to Wilcox and saw the playa, which is basically just a big dry lake bed. And this video, we're back on the road again, heading towards Louisiana. And sugar cane. Lots of cane.
Good morning. We are at the Elks Club in Slidell, Louisiana. It's one of our favorite Elks clubs to stay at. It's a beautiful area. There's a bayou down there. And a dog running around for some reason. So what about Elks Club, Spark?
They're great.
Yeah.
This one's members only. But it's really nice. Nice spot to hang out.
Yep. Lee is the caretaker here. And the people here are just so friendly. It's one of the nicest Elks clubs as far as people being warm and welcoming. So we're on our way to go see a few plantations today. And then eventually we'll end up in San Diego for Christmas. This is one of Maddie's favorite Elks clubs too. She feels safe here. She can explore and chase turtles. This is the toll bridge for Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. We have no idea how to pay or how much it costs. But here we go. So we found out it costs $18 for a
little over my budget.
for a motorhome towing a toad. And here we go, over Lake Pontchartrain. This highway is Causeway. It's 23 miles long. Takes you to New Orleans. So we're 16 miles to go yet?
Yeah.
Got a bit of a bridge in the bridge here so that boats can get under it. They also have crossovers. So if you decide you want to go back the other way, you can. I don't know.
Should mention that it's really bumpy.
It's very bumpy, and Mark's very concerned about the toad.
Just the back end of the camper's bouncing up and down.
Because the camper's bouncing. And it's very bad for our hitch. So we'll have to see. We'll check it when we get off. Here's the drawbridge. So, the causeway over Lake Pontchartrain. It's beautiful, but kind of nerve-wracking. So they do have emergency shoulders here on this causeway. There's the New Orleans over there. I think you can see the Superdome there. We're heading this way.
So this is a museum. Fats Domino was born here. Yeah, part of it looks like part of it was sold. Family paid in 1879. The family paid, sold off some land to Fats Domino's parents. This is Mark jumping in here, kind of a comment. This museum was really intense. It covered a lot of slavery and what had happened in the South. So it looks like slaves bought and sold. You don't hear too much of me talking because this was just stunning. All the facts and figures, the numbers, how much a person cost, and it was just really hard to look at. Really hard to look at. As was most of the museum, and then you kept it in the back of your mind at the tour of the actual plantation house of why that building was there. One of the more interesting things we learned on the plantation is the Uncle Remus stories were first written down here at the plantation before the Civil War. Now the slaves there had a rich oral history that they had brought over from Africa. The Uncle Remus stories were adapted by the slaves here to tell stories about things that happen. You know, things that you want your kids to know about to raise them up on the plantation, and kind of lessons in life in an oral history. And Uncle Remus was first written down here at the Laura Plantation. And now you know.
I'm used to everything being flat, you know, like because I grew up here. All right, we got everybody.
That was a big tree, huh? Oh, you got a bonfire ready.
Now we do allow photography, flash on, flash off, inside, outside the property, whichever you like. The only thing, no audio, no video recorded during it.
And with that, we concluded the audio and video of our tour. We did take a bunch of still pictures. We're going to show you those now. Really enjoyed the tour. Our guide was very knowledgeable. He gave us a lot of information that we wouldn't have known about the Laura Plantation. That it was a Creole plantation, which was something we weren't even knew was a thing. And you could tell that because of all the colors that they used. Now, the people that lived there were French, and they were Creoles. And they had things like the Haint Blue ceilings were painted. I think that was more of a New Orleans thing. They had some fancy stuff in the plantation, but most of it was built from materials right near where the building was built. A lot of the painting, you know, we're seeing here stuff that's supposed to look like marble, but it's just wood painted. And don't forget, this plantation was really nothing more than a factory to produce sugarcane, and sugar being one of the biggest cash crops that this country's ever seen, produced a lot of wealth. And those people with the money, well, they went back to New Orleans and left the work here at the plantation. Doesn't mean they weren't here drinking a lot of wine, as you can see by the wine bottles, but they mostly were hanging out in New Orleans. We did get to see some slave cabins, which were pretty stark. If you think about it, it gets a little chilly, even this far south. Not much of a way to heat a cabin, and the furnishings were pretty simple. Now, in contrast, this was the house where Laura, the namesake of the plantation, lived when she was the overseer. It's currently in pretty bad shape. They're talking about rehabbing it and adding it to the tour, which I think would be a really great idea. We really did enjoy the tour. We're going to leave a link in the description for the Laura Plantation.
So Mark, what are you doing?
Cutting the cane.
Cutting the cane. Maddie's very interested in this. So this is sugar cane. It's taller than you think, you know? Look at that. Now that's a ditch.
I'm trying to see where.
There's our RV. Plantation's behind that. This is the Laura Plantation. Very cool. Come for a tour. Break off a piece of sugar cane. Right there, Mark, to your right. That one right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maddie thinks there's monsters. She's very concerned for your safety here, Mark. There you go. One sugar cane.
7 miles behind me, there's a swamp. All of this would have been under sugar cane for a long time. We just got done with the tour. Those are all the still pictures that you've seen before here. And here's a cane that we cut, which I guess we're not supposed to, but ask forgiveness and not permission. I figured I got a lot of it.
Yeah, and it's the season for cutting now too.
Yep.
They're harvesting it right now. So.
Now behind Beth, behind the camera, if you're paying around, that's Mississippi River. Sorry about all the wind noise, but we're out in the field.
And the plantation's right there. You can tell the river's there by what's peeking over the ridge there.
Over the levee.
Over the levee. Slight left.
Salt sugar refinery over there.
Now this is all coal. Oh, they must use coal to refine the sugar. That's cool.
Gotta make steam.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's a hump yard. And the map with all the plantations that go down to the river. This is the river they're all going down to. Big ships. Gotta love a bridge.
Well, that'll do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll get notifications of when we post new videos. So that's it for 2020. Thank you to all our subscribers. We're having a lot of fun out here, and it's nice to see people are at least watching, if not enjoying. So keep it up, and we're going to bring out more content this year and a lot more fun. And let's say goodbye to 2020 and hopefully move forward to a better year. And we'll see you up and down the road.